In the news tonight, a call for the African diaspora to drive positive change across the continent. A farmers and fishers gateway to boost local food production. Young Barbadians challenged to use tech for social solutions. And in sports, the Windies prevented from locking their T20 series with New Zealand.
The headline news is brought to you by National Transformation Initiative, shaping the Barbadian.
Broadcasting from our studios in the Pine St. Michael, this is CBC NewsNight, starting now.
Good evening, I'm Lisa Broom. Thank you for tuning in. In our top story tonight, a declaration that through combined economic, social and political influence, the African diaspora can be a powerful catalyst for development and transformation across the continent. It's coming from Otumfuo Osei Tutu II, Ghana's Asante King. He was speaking at last night's Guba Awards at the Wyndham Grand Barbados Sam Lords Castle, where Governor of the Central Bank, Dr. Kevin Greenidge, was among those honored. Anesta Henry reports.
The diaspora is crucial in shifting the global narrative about Africa from a continent of dependence to one of opportunity, partnerships, and strengths. This is the firm belief of Chief Otumfuo Osei Tutu II, who says the nominees and awardees for the Guba Awards demonstrate the expertise in Africa and its diaspora.
While the African diaspora may have developed their unique cultures and identities in the present locations where they find themselves, they still share a common ancestry of African heritage. There's beauty in diversity, but there's also strength in unity. As Kwame Nkrumah, the first president of Ghana, rightly observed, the forces that unite us are intrinsic and greater than the superimposed influences that keep us apart. Let's stay together and redouble our efforts to connect, build and renew our relationships, and we shall reap the rich dividend of prospering and thriving together.
The prestigious Guba Awards ceremony is a high-profile event that celebrates excellence, innovation, and leadership in the African and Caribbean communities. Held in Barbados for the first time, the awards brought together business leaders, investors, and policymakers with the aim of deepening economic collaboration and cultural ties between the two regions. Governor of the Central Bank, Dr. Kevin Greenidge, was honored for his legacy of service and excellence with a Guba Vanguard Award for Economic Leadership.
This is really a team effort. In fact, I will say this is Team Barbados Award. Many persons who have contributed to my journey, from the Economic Barbados Economic team, back down to my childhood, family, school teachers, friends, etc. So this is an award for all those who have allowed me to stand on shoulders and guide me to where I am today.
Barbadian-born American transplant surgeon Dr. Velma Scantlebury was presented with the Black Star Transformational Impact in Medicine Award. Dr. Scantlebury says it's an inspiration to receive the award in her homeland.
Where my roots are, where I was grounded, given all that passion and desire, and I have to say that it's not just a story about my journey, but it's also a reflection of the power of purpose, the power of determination. Because when I was told that I couldn't be a surgeon, I didn't have the hands of a surgeon, or I didn't have what it took to be a surgeon, it was that determination that kept me going.
President of Barbados, Her Excellency the Most Honorable Dame Sandra Mason, presented American pastor and civil rights activist Dr. Amos Brown with the Guba Black Star Lifetime Impact Award. During the Night of Excellence, there was a cultural splendor and extraordinary display of artistry through fashion. Anesta Henry, CBC News.
Barbados is stepping up efforts to ensure access to affordable, locally produced food. The Farmers and Fishers Gateway initiative, bringing together government ministries, training institutions, and private partners to modernize agriculture and fisheries, was launched last evening. Deanza Roberts has those details.
At the official launch, Senior Minister in the Prime Minister's office, Dr. William Duguid, said the program is a major pillar of Mission Barbados, aimed at making the island food secure by 2030. He explained that the Gateway will provide structured training in many areas.
This Gateway initiative is designed to equip our farmers and fishers with the skills, tools, and knowledge they need to thrive in a rapidly changing world. From apiculture to aquaponics, from boat building to food safety, from drip irrigation to digital traceability, we are preparing our people not just to survive, but to lead. The Gateway is more than a training program. It is a movement to modernize agriculture and fisheries, a movement to reignite interest among our youth, to certify our workers, and to create pathways to entrepreneurship.
Minister of Training and Tertiary Education Sandra Husband says the initiative will help restore dignity to farming and fishing and make them attractive career paths once again.
The history of farming, as it has been associated with slavery and it has been associated with subsistence, has made farming and at times fishing unattractive to our young people as a means to really build a sustainable future. That stigma has resulted in many of us not engaging in learning the basic skills of farming and the basic skills in fishing. And so our young people in schools do not gravitate naturally to those. So what must we do? We have to create the baby steps. We have to create that first platform to help young people to engage farming and fishing.
Director of Tertiary Education, Dr. Roderick Rudder, said the program complements the country's broader mission of self-reliance and development.
We in Barbados face a significant challenge of self-sufficiency in food production. We also face the reality of an annual high import bill. In recent years, particularly as a result of various global disruptions such as the war in Ukraine, supply chains have been disrupted. And we have seen increasing costs as it relates to various imports, especially as it relates to food.
The Farmers and Fishers Gateway initiative will offer training in 6 areas initially. It is expected to expand in phases as part of the government's drive toward a sustainable Barbados by 2030. Deanza Roberts, CBC News.
Young Barbadians are being urged to use technology to come up with solutions to problems in the society. Minister of Educational Transformation Chad Blackman gave that advice as he delivered an address at the launch of this year's Battle of the Bots robotic competition. He told the participants they must use technology to innovate beyond the contest, which is now in its 2nd year.
My challenge to you, irrespective of how young you are or how old you are, is to see yourself, as you said, as was said earlier, as the next creator of the next big wave of some piece of technology that can solve any challenge anywhere in the world, starting from Barbados. And the Ministry of Educational Transformation and the government of Barbados, partnering, of course, with the private sector, inventors like this, is working to ensure that you have the space to be able to now shape your future.
Minister Blackman believes students can find solutions to everyday, real-world problems.
Look around your neighborhood, your village, your wherever you live. What problem is there that I can solve? And try to use the technology through the bots to create something. At your school, how are you using robotics to help your team to win into school sports at the primary level or secondary level? How do you help your athletes now to become even more analytic in their delivery in cricket, in football? And the challenge to you, and the challenge to this generation right now, has to be now, what is the next wave of development that we are going to usher in globally, anchored by Barbados through our education system?
We'll take a break here, but we have lots more to come. Stay with us. Cadets at Queen's College showed off their skills and precision today as they numbered 21 companies celebrated 25 years of existence. They marked the historic occasion with a Remembrance Day parade and wreath-laying ceremony. And Esther Henry was there to take in the scenes as the cadets paraded in fine style.
Under the gracious patronage of President of Barbados, Her Excellency Dame Sandra Mason, the number 21 Cadet Company celebrated the vision of its founders. dedication of officers and instructors, steadfast support of parents and the wider school community, and the excellence of generations of cadets who have carried the colors with distinction on parade grounds, in classrooms, and in service to Barbados. Chairman of Queen's College Board of Management, Linda Holder, says the cadets are celebrating discipline, service, leadership, and pride in school and country.
Although I never carried the colors of the number 21 Cadet Company, I am a product of the Cadet Corps and I'm alumni of Queen's College. Therefore, I am claiming ownership as well. As we celebrate this milestone, we also pause to acknowledge Remembrance Day, a solemn reminder of the courage, sacrifice, and unity shown by those who served in conflicts past. Their legacy of honor and duty continues to inspire the values that the Barbados Cadet Corps instills in each cadet: discipline, respect, and service to nation and humanity.
And Ms. Holder says the ceremony was not only about celebration, but also of remembrance, linking the proud history of those who served with the promise of those who now wear the uniform.
Today's unveiling is both a tribute and a charge. A tribute to those who built and sustained this company, and a charge to our current cadets to uphold the highest standards of character, teamwork, and civic duty. May the next 25 years be marked by the same courage, resilience, and leadership that have defined number 21 since its inception.
During the ceremony, flags were raised, Dame Sandra Mason was presented with a number of gifts, and the cadets marched on to the number 21 company's future. Onesta Henry, CBC News.
Award-winning reggae artists are in Barbados for this year's Rise Reggae concert set for this weekend at Kensington Oval. The star-studded cast includes Sizzla Kalonji and Romain Virgo. Sizzla, a reggae icon and philanthropist, says this show is not just about lifting up the art form of reggae, but also people.
From the bad impoverished stage up onto the level where we need education for our kids, where we need good health system, we need to balance the food chain. It's Rise Reggae. You know, Barbados people have been supporting Sizzla from the genesis, you know what I mean, from the get-go of my musical journey. And they're always coming up with some beautiful topics and having us as artists from Jamaica coming over to sing for them, and that's the culture. I like the island hopping. I like visiting these islands, singing for these people, because these people, they've been under so many pressure from the transatlantic slave trade, from the system itself, where in which you got single parents can't fed anything for their kids and all those stuff. So the reggae is not just to sing and just to be glorified and be that great person, an icon, a public figure, but to reach out to the people, spread the love, hope someone can be inspired to continue the same duty as we're doing.
Meanwhile, Romain Virgo plans to deliver positivity despite the devastation in his hurricane-hit homeland, Jamaica.
Even though I'm feeling, sad over what is happening with my country right now, the mission continues, and that's to bring positive energy, good vibe to the people. And people often ask the question, what can people expect? It's hard to tell what to expect. We know what we're bringing. And it's live music. Give thanks to Rise again for, continuing to push live music, because that's how I get to really and truly show off, what I can do and what I bring.
The National Insurance and Social Security Service is continuing efforts to empower public officers with the knowledge to smoothly transition into retirement. Deanza Roberts reports on an informative session during which key insights on gratuity and pensions were shared.
At the session, Principal Pension Officer Natalie Strickland shared insights gathered from her 40 years in the public service, 36 of them at the Treasury Department. Her message was simple: retirement should not come as a surprise, and every worker must know their rights and responsibilities long before the final day on the job. She explained that public officers can retire voluntarily at age 60.
After you have completed 10 years service or more and you have reached the voluntary retirement age of 60, you can apply for your retirement benefits, which will be your pension and gratuity. You do not contribute towards your pension from the Treasury. It is like a gift from government saying thank you for a job well done. You do not contribute to your pension from the Treasury, but you contribute to the one from NIS. And persons who would have joined the service from January the 1st, 2024, those persons contribute to their pension from the NIS.
She also reminded workers to submit their retirement documents 6 months in advance and to apply directly to the National Insurance Scheme for benefits when they reach the age of 67.
So if it is you're going to be 60 in July, from January you can start to submit your documents. Another way that you can receive your retirement benefits is if you had reached the compulsory age of 67. So you can retire voluntarily at age 60 and the Treasury will pay you your pension. And when you reach the compulsory age of 67, the one from the Treasury would stop. You have to apply at NIS for your old age pension.
The session also provided guidance on required documents, including birth and marriage certificates and bank details. This forms part of efforts to help workers plan confidently for their future. Deanza Roberts, CBC News.
Sports time now. Damien Best joins us in studio with the details. Good evening, Damien.
Well, a brace from Jerron Otherson inspired Barbados to a 3-2 win over Bonaire yesterday as the teams clashed in a friendly match at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium in Antigua. Barbados started the encounter brightly, scoring 2 goals in the first half in a match that forms part of the 2025-26 CONCACAF Friendly Series. Otherson started the ball rolling with his first international goal in the 10th minute. Then Akil Applewhite doubled the advantage in the 33rd. Otherson got his brace in the 46th, but Bonaire made it a close finish with Ayrton Cecilia netting in the 55th, followed by a late strike from Shinjo Jurado in the 90th minute. However, Barbados held on for that 3-2 victory. After the match, Barbados head coach Kent Hall said he was pleased with the first half performance of the team.
Still areas that we need to tidy up, but generally I was pleased with those aspects of it, and I think it showed on the scoreline at halftime. But yeah, disappointed with the second half because we took our foot off the gas. We kind of lost our way a little bit in terms of maintaining the same kind of quality, and so harsh lessons in there, but fortunately we were able to still get it over the line and get the win. That's important. I mean, that's attitude that we're trying to foster in the group, you know, like we have to, it's not good enough to play well. It always has to come with a result.
The Business Report, brought to you with the compliments of Republic Bank. We're the one for you.
The Barbados Public Workers Cooperative Credit Union has launched its annual Christmas loan campaign under the theme We Season. As Deanza Roberts reports, the aim is to help members celebrate in style.
The joyful sound of We Season filled the air as the Barbados Public Workers Cooperative Credit Union officially launched its Christmas loan campaign. Chief Operations Officer Corinne Clark says the campaign gives members a chance to make their holiday dreams come true with loans up to $50,000.
With our new unsecured limit of up to $50,000, members now have more flexibility to make their holiday dreams a reality. But that is not all. BPW CCUL believes that every season of giving should also be a season of winning. So, through our partnership with Express Motors, one lucky member will drive away with a brand new 2025 Suzuki Grand Vitara because it is We Season. Very good.
The campaign, she says, will also benefit small business owners, this through a Christmas Village pop-up where members can showcase their products.
In keeping of our cooperative values, we will also continue to support member-owned small businesses through our upcoming Christmas Village pop-up, which will take place right here. This initiative will give our entrepreneurs the opportunity to showcase their products and share in the joy of the season. At BPW CCUL, We Season is not just a campaign. It is a celebration of togetherness, community, and the spirit of giving that defines us as Barbadians and as members of this credit union family.
The campaign runs throughout the holiday season with multiple prizes and giveaways from local partners. And with Christmas just around the corner, the credit union says this is truly we season. Deanza Roberts for the Business Report.
Minister of Economic Affairs and Investment Kay McConney says small island states like Barbados must pay close attention to their rapidly changing global environment and be ready to confront the realities that will shape the business landscape. Speaking during a UK investment mission to Barbados, the minister said businesses must keep up with the changes to stay competitive and relevant.
We are in an evolving global environment, and I think that's the most diplomatic way that I can put it. One that demands that we pay attention to emerging realities that are changing and shaping the future of business. Realities that range, certainly for us here in the Caribbean region, from climate imperatives to power-hungry artificial intelligence and other technological advancements that will see the demand for investment in energy in developing countries double by 2035.
Well, Damien is back now for the second half in sports. Over to you, Damien.
Yeah, thanks so much, Lisa. Well, the grandstand at the Garrison Savannah will be renamed this Saturday in honor of local and international horse owner and businessman Sir David Seal. Sir David, who operates Hopefield Stables, has owned and bred multiple Barbados Derby, Gold Cup and other classic race winners. Secretary and CEO of the Barbados Turf Club, Rosette Pierce, tells CBC Sports the signage will be unveiled during the J.B. Simpson Race Day on Saturday, which has 3 features on an 8-race card.
It is indeed going to be a very special day. We're going to be honoring the icon of the horse racing industry, Sir David Seal. It's the most befitting honor that we can bestow upon him at this time after the contributions and the lifetime that he's invested into our sport. We will have an unveiling ceremony. We're going to have signage placed at the entrance to the grandstand, as well as a marble plaque that will be placed on the wall in the entrance to the stand.
Well, the BTC boss also says 2026 is shaping up to be very special, with an increase in prize money for the Sandy Lane Barbados Gold Cup race.
First of all, we've increased our prize money for that race and bumped it up to $300,000. That's a $100,000 increase. And one of our primary supporting features, the Tanglewood Stakes, with a value of $70,000, which would normally run on Gold Cup Day, will now be moved to Coolmore Day in January. And essentially what this does is it gives the locally bred horses the opportunity to run in both the Tanglewood, which is specifically targeted towards West Indian bred horses. They can run in January and still have the opportunity to run in the Gold Cup as well. So 2 bites at major races.
Well, $3,000 in prize money will be up for stake in the 2025 edition of the Charles Walcup Foundation Joseph Pym Memorial Secondary Schools Field Event Circuit. Backed once again by Pharmacy Sales Caribbean Inc., the series, which was launched at the Barbados Olympic Center in Wildy, gets going December 10th at the Corrigan Paris School. 28 events are on the schedule for the opening series, including a shot put challenge. Walcott says the circuit will help to unearth new talent, and the aim is to surpass last year's entries of 215 athletes.
This year marks the 4th hosting of the circuit, and it's really an opportunity for all of the secondary schools to participate. I know it's early season, and it is really placed in that position to encourage the coaches and the PE teachers within the secondary schools to get your children training early, so that as they seek selection for Caribbean Games and so on, that they would have gotten in preseason training and getting ready for competition. The 1st to 3rd place finishers will be awarded medals. There's a cash prize component for the top 3 schools, So the first place will receive $1,500, the second place $1,000, and third place $500.
Well, the circuit has been established at 5 secondary schools: Christchurch Foundation, the St. Michael's School, Queen's College, the St. George Secondary, and Corrigan Parish School.
In terms of the format for the circuit, it will start at 10 a.m. on Wednesday, the 10th of December. The venue is the Corrigan Parish School. So each school is allowed 2 athletes per event to participate per age category. So you have a fairly wide base of competitors that you can include in the competition. Entries are by team manager only, so we would have circulated the team manager file already to all the PE teachers and so on, that you can start the process of submitting entries. The deadline for entries is December 1st, so we would like you to adhere to the deadline so that we can have an idea of how many athletes we have registered to participate and make any changes to the final program.
Well, General Manager of the Barbados Olympic Association, Glenn Clark, says the series fulfills a number of the BOA's mandates.
Pillar 1, which is driving excellence and igniting passion, features the development and the opportunity to give athletes an opportunity to compete. Our third pillar, building capacity, is about assisting the National Federation and by extension the foundation and clubs an opportunity to assist in the development of the athletes and assisting them through competition, development through competition. And also our second pillar, transforming lives through sport, using sport as a vehicle for human development. And we believe that this event strikes those 3 pillars.
President and Chief Executive Officer of the Eden Lodge Charitable Trust, Dwayne Grisette, has announced a dynamic entertainment lineup for the upcoming Soca Goes Gold 7 charity event, one of Barbados' most anticipated annual fundraisers. Scheduled for November 22nd, this year's edition will feature 4 leading local and regional soca bands, along with performances from more than a dozen artists, promising a high-energy showcase that blends entertainment with philanthropy. All proceeds from the event will support the Trust's Christmas Give Back program. And that's our news for tonight. On behalf of the entire team, thank you so much for tuning in. Good night.